What's up, everybody? Welcome to amazing Arcadia, Florida. One of my favorite places to come in Florida, really, for several reasons. The main reason is this right here. Guys, there are a grand total of 20 antique stores right here. 20. At least 20 antique dealers right here. I was able to find a few things for my personal junk collection. I collect license plates, and I was able to get a gift for somebody, so I can say I'm very pleased with my findings today. As usual, you know how the picking game goes. Really excited. So this is one of the nicest towns to visit in Florida, especially if you like antiques, especially if you like historic stuff. It's an amazing place, and you know I see a lot of stuff from Naples and Marco Island too. So if you're interested in Naples, Marco Island, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, there's other things from other Florida towns here, so it's not all just Arcadia. Lots of local artists also sell out of these antique stores, so this is a must-visit little town, Arcadia. Just for the antique stores, it's incredible. It gets better during the weekend at times, so keep an eye out for that. Definitely one of my favorite towns to visit in Florida. Also, one of the best Mexican restaurants, in my personal opinion, is El Charro Mexican Restaurant, and they're also located here out of Arcadia, so that's just another great little thing to look out for in Arcadia. El Charro, which means the cowboy in Spanish, I believe. El Charro. They're on the north side of the city, and Charro, Charro. Definitely recommend this particular Mexican restaurant as one of the best, in my personal opinion, one of the best in the state, probably. What do you think, Katie?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're really, really good. If you're thinking about moving into Arcadia, it's a good place to retire if you like it, if you're really into the antiques and historic stuff. It's a whole lot cheaper than other parts of Florida, especially the southern region. You're close to Sarasota here, you're close to, you know, Southwest Florida, but you're far inland. Jobs are not that great out here. I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit on income and stuff like that, maybe, but I would appreciate it if you did.
Sure.
The city has its problems. I think, unfortunately, the DRUGS use around here is heavy, and it's kind of dented the city. The city has some rough neighborhoods as well as some great neighborhoods, so it's got a little bit of both. You just have to kind of scout around the town and see what particular neighborhood you're in, because it has as much good as it does bad. And
Okay.
just being real there. What do you got?
Got a town of 8,300 people. It's 20% Hispanic.
20?
Yeah.
That's probably more than that. I think it's more than that, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Naples is 20% Hispanic. Collier County is 20% Hispanic. It's probably higher than that, but go ahead.
The medium household income is $25,000, and for a family, $29,000.
Mm-hmm. Per capita?
11,800. Almost 11,900.
This is one of the poorest regions in the entire state of Florida as far as incomes go. And the city of Arcadia doesn't make it easy to be self-employed. So I believe not only does the poverty problem here, but also the city's attitude towards giving people a license so they can start a business and do something about their property. For example, I lived in Naples, Florida, and this is, if you're watching this video and you're from Arcadia, listen to me carefully. I don't have time to advocate for your city, but just listen to me. I lived in Naples, Florida, which is the richest county, right, in the entire state of Florida, and a very wealthy, well-off area. Living there in Collier County, the richest county in Florida, along the beach, in a very nice zip code where the average home price is over $500,000, and I had a business for a license for junk removal. Okay, I was running a junk removal business out of that zip code. Now, needless to say, this is not a beach town with opulence. This is Arcadia. Not talking down in your town. I actually like your town so much that now that I live in Alabama and visited Florida, I decided to visit Arcadia. I like Miami a lot, and I wasn't able to visit Miami on this trip, so take it with a grain of salt. This isn't a beach town. Why and I considered moving here to Arcadia. There was a house on the market for $70,000. This house would have been perfect for me. But here's the problem with Arcadia. I couldn't get a business license for what I do. Okay? Explain to me how a beach town gives me a business license for junk removal, but a town in the middle of nowhere making an income of $11,000 per capita won't give me that license. Explain to me, Arcadia, why a business, here's me, I have a YouTube channel, and I have a business, and I have the ability to buy a house in your city cash. Explain to me how a town that needs people to move here that badly to improve their economy, to increase their incomes, and become a more attractive place for people to live, doesn't allow somebody to run a business out of their home, when a place like Naples does. You explain that to me, Arcadia. Sebring, Florida has the same thing going on. I'll tell you why. If you're from Arcadia and you've wondered why your county or your city won't let you pull a permit so you can start a business and do something about your property, I'm going to tell you why they won't do it. The reason is because these counties in DeSoto, Central Florida, South Central Florida, are in bed with a few industries, which we're not going to mention. And these industries want to have the local labor force at their complete disposal. And if you are self-employed, you don't need those big companies. You don't need those industries that control these counties. So Florida has gone to bed with a few companies that have a lot of land and a lot of power, and they are willing to let their people starve and their cities go to crap to ensure that the local labor force is able to be disposable whenever these industries need it. And that is and I've spent some time here in Arcadia and Sebring and this area of Florida. I was going to move here, and believe me, I was inquisitive about the local things because I lived in Naples. I wanted to move up. This is kind of what I wanted. I didn't have to move all the way to Alabama. The reason I moved to Alabama is because in Alabama I can do whatever I want with my business. In Alabama I can do whatever I want. No regulation. Okay? And the regulations that are in place are enforced kind of half-assed. They're not really trying to give you a hard time if you're trying to make some money in Alabama. And that comes with a whole different package, ecologically, and that's a whole different story to itself. But I want you to understand, if you live in Arcadia, is that you need to allow, if a guy wants to start a pool cleaning company, I'm not saying turn your city into a landfill, but if a guy wants to start a pool cleaning company out of his house, and all he has is a couple of Clorox cans inside of his garage, you gotta let that guy have a pool cleaning company. If the next guy wants to start a whatever business he wants, a food truck, it doesn't make sense for a small town with an income of $11,000 per capita. All right, a town that small, that poor. It doesn't make sense for a town that poor not to allow people to be able to escape their poverty by giving them an alternative way to make money themselves. I mean, crap, let's be honest. I love Arcadia. I come here. I love the food. One of my favorite towns. I even looked into what it would take for me to move here when I was trying to look into move around. Right? But you see some poverty in this town that will break your heart at times. And then on top of that, you got a bunch of gangs running around. Now, I don't know if it's kids playing around doing these graffiti, but I've seen graffiti from about 8 different gangs. Of course, when I mention that in my videos, everybody just turns their back. That definitely could be the case. But instead of having 8 different gangs running around, you ought to have 8 different businesses running around. So, I gotta answer this one. It might be work related. Hey, this is Jose's Junk Removal. I do, but there is a small fee for that because the metal prices are really crappy right now. I don't know. It depends on what you got. What are you trying to get rid of, man? Okay, so it's like is it like commercial stuff? God, how much of it? Like a truck and trailer full or more? Is it quite a bit? Alright, so you got a bunch of scrap metal. What city is it located in? Prattville? Gotcha. Is there a way you can send me some pictures of it? Right to this number, ma'am. And I'm Jose. As far as scheduling, how fast do you need that gone? Tomorrow won't be possible, but I can do it next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. That's my earliest availability. I don't know if you need it gone faster, you might want to find somebody else, but that's the best I can do right now on my schedule. I don't know if that works for you. If it's heavy enough, if it's if I can move my hand, yeah. I mean, like if it's big enough, you need like equipment, then it's better if you have it on site. And if it's something really big, you might just have to find like a tow truck or I don't know anybody. I don't know who else would do it, but I mean, I do like small residential, so I don't really do giant stuff. Yeah, I mean, I want to help you, but there's only so much I can do, right? Send me some pictures and I'll see what I can do for you. And if I can't do it, I'll just let you know it's not possible. Thank you so much, ma'am. I look forward to it. All right. Bye. See, back in Florida, that call right there, that person would most likely expect it to be done for free. In Alabama, they know they got to pay. You got to make a living. That's just the difference between Florida and Alabama in a lot of ways. So this is a beautiful place. And back to Alabama, like you see, I live in Alabama, and I'm running a business out of my property. I'm making money, you know. The roads here in Arcadia are not better than where I live. So if you told me this was a city that was tidy and clean and in incredible shape, I would definitely understand why you don't want somebody to have a business. And look at these roads, man. You know? I'm just saying, if you live in Arcadia and you're in this city, y'all gotta really rethink about who is in what type of regulations you have. And the real reason is because there's powerful companies that want to make sure that this place is poor so that they can continue to exploit the local labor force. Because there's no reason for a place in South. Look at this weather. It is 92 degrees. My car thinks it's 92 degrees. That's hot. It is. There's half the country's covered in snow right now, and it is 92 degrees according to my car. It's really like an 85, 86 degrees, right? And the rest of the country's covered in snow. You're gonna tell me that you would rather be in Ohio right now, or Mississippi, or any of those other states that or Texas that's covered in snow right now? You'd probably rather be here in Arcadia. So there's no reason for this town's economy not to be booming. Crap, I live in central Alabama and we got better roads than this. So, you know, those incomes are not really excusable. And all you have to do is just let people start their own businesses from home. So if you live here, think about that. Because I'm not a community activist. I don't have time for that crap. It's not what I do. But just understand that there's no reason for a place in South Florida not to have incredible income. Let's go to the southwest side of the city. Southwest on MLK. I want to drive through there real quick to show them that neighborhood. So here's a city that is historic, people like, but as far as living here, there has to be more local businesses. Everything here is kind of big business. There's nothing small. I noticed in Sebring, Florida, when I wanted to put my license there for my business, and I'm not taking this from a political point of view. I'm taking this from I'm a business owner. Where can I start a business? Where can I make some money point of view? All right, I'm advocating so that one day somebody like myself, who's a small business owner, can be able, Dutch country stove, to be able to bring their small business here. You know, I'm advocating for small business. Look at the down payments on these cars, Katie. $1,000.
$800 down.
It's all junk, though. Yeah, they advertise that when you go there, no $2,000, $3,000. $1,000. I don't see any single car there I would touch. Okay, would you do what I asked you to, please? GPS Southwest Arcadia. I'm okay. So I'm looking at it from a small business owner's perspective. Is what is Arcadia doing to attract more people like me? We got to get it running. We got to get back to Fort Myers, unfortunately, even though we're in the middle of the day.
Head west on Southeast Carlstrom Field Road towards Southeast Airport Road. Then turn left onto Southeast Airport Road.
I'm looking at it from a perspective
Then
of
on East Oak Street. Then turn right onto South. Head west on Florida 70 West, East Oak Street. Continue on Florida 70 West for 1 mile.
Yeah, from the perspective of a small business owner, myself, what could Arcadia do? Because Arcadia had the possibility to bring me here with my YouTube channel and with my junk removal business, and I would have been able to help me and help other people make money. And crap, I have a junk removal business. You have 20 antique dealers in town. Each one of those antique dealers needs me here looking through garbage to find you junk to sell at the antique store. So, I mean, like, each one of those 20 antique dealers that you got here in this town quite literally needed me here finding antiques for you. I don't get why, it just doesn't make sense to me. So, again, it seems like over-regulation is kind of a problem with a town that really needs to be very liberal about attracting business to it. In case you've ever wondered,
Turn left onto Southeast 9th Avenue.
in case you've wondered why are these places so poor, there you go. When you look at the income of South Central Florida, you're like, wow, it doesn't even make sense.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Hargrave Street.
It doesn't even make sense that this region of Florida doesn't have incredible amount of development of people moving here and investment from outside companies. But again, try to do something here and see how much of a headache they'll make it. It's only it only makes sense that look at this little trailer they made it like stucco.
That's cute.
It looks like a house now. They did a really good job.
Yeah.
Not sure I'd do that as far as investment, but it does look good. Not sure they're going to get a good return on investment on all the work they put into it, but it looks
Turn
good.
right onto Hargrave Street.
Yeah. So, like, usually rural areas do pretty good on economy. I don't know. There's a lot of money to be made with agriculture. And, another interesting thing about this area is, you notice.
Hargrave Street for half a mile.
You notice there's a lot of old houses here. And Arcadia used to be like the cattle capital, pretty much. The cattle capital is one way you could call it. I mean, this place, all of Cuba's cattle came, for the most part, from here. So they had a really good trading relationship with Cuba, where a lot of Cuba's oh, that's a road. Man. A lot of Cuba's cattle came right from here, right from Arcadia. We're talking back in like the 1800s. You know, boats. You know, they have stories where, you know, if a cow died or something, they throw it in the ocean. There were hundreds of sharks following around these barges full of cows, waiting for. Now, who knows how much truth there is to that? I wouldn't doubt it. But, you know, the old timers tell stories of.
Head south on Southeast 3rd Avenue toward Esmeralda Street. In 1,000 feet,
Well,
turn
fish
right onto
are
Southeast
conditioned to know,
Esmeralda
like when we
Drive.
went to the docks, and every day they would get the sharks and fish where they drop the fish carcasses.
Yeah, I don't doubt it for one bit. So, like, you know, the old timer stories. I mean, I can't. It's not verified, but you know, whatever. But you know, the old timer stories go something along the lines of, you know, that the sharks would follow around. Sharks would follow around these barges, waiting for dead cows to be thrown overboard to eat them right there. Incredible stories. Either way, you know, Cuba, the country that I'm from, is a country that consumes so much meat that it's not able to produce enough meat to. Is that the trailer that was abandoned? They fixed it up. Remember that trailer? They fixed it. You gotta show that. This was the cover photo for one of our videos. That trailer right there. Remember it was all abandoned and trashed out? Look at it now. Look at it now.
Looks like they put a new siding.
Yeah, they did. They redid it. That's the one that was abandoned, remember?
Yeah.
Where they had all the garbage and everything?
And then it has like all the cats that were hanging out in front of it. Yeah.
That they were fixed. That's the cover photo.
They redid the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they redid it. So that's the thing. That's it. There's progress being made. That's good, you know. It's all about progress. I also don't know what the city's got going on as far as their police. With the fact that last time I was here, I haven't seen it on this trip, but last time I was here, you saw people just about hung over onto the middle of the road, you know, intoxicated, probably not liquor, probably something stronger, you know, something of the opioid nature. It's every small town's got things to work on, and it's good to see that house getting fixed up. It's one house at a time. It's one small business at a time for your town to move in the right direction. So what I'm stressing is what can be done to make this place better is probably to loosen up restrictions on small businesses. I mean, look at all this garbage laying around everywhere. And wouldn't it be beneficial if there was somebody here running a junk removal business to where you could clean up a lot of these properties and bring the antiques to the antique stores? And I just found it mind-boggling how, even though I'm a small little piece of the puzzle, I'm a very small piece of the puzzle, but I nonetheless found it interesting that when I did consider moving here, like, these small towns should be competing. And that's what they do in Alabama, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. The mayors in Alabama, they compete over who's going to, when somebody moves to Alabama, they're competing over who's going to get this customer. Who's getting this? You know what I mean? I moved to Alabama, and like 2 weeks later, the mayor of one city invited me to interview him for YouTube. And you know, he's telling me, hey, you know, this is a good time to invest. You know, you're a young kid, you want to start a Cuban restaurant, whatever you want to do. This, you know, I'll help you get, you know, whatever you need to come here and bring business and money. That's what a mayor's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, a mayor is they're supposed to be like, what can we do to get you to move to our town? Not when you go to the office to see what it takes to move to a town. And a place like this has more regulations than a place like Naples. Makes no sense. They need to give people an incentive to come here, not an incentive to make sure they don't come here. Because it's one house at a time, one business at a time, to get a place like this where it needs to be. Because there are good people here, and they deserve better. They deserve better businesses. They deserve better opportunities to provide for their families. Not just the only thing there is to do is go pick oranges 12 hours a day until you pass out in the heat. There's more, there's more to it than that. That's the beauty about YouTube, man. You can censor the news, you can censor everybody else, but you can't censor a YouTuber. You can't censor a YouTuber. And again, it's a battle of the people that live in this place to see what they can do to make their community better. Personally, if you need to get out of the cold weather and you just can't afford Naples and Fort Myers and all that, and you're retired, you're on a fixed income, this is a good place to be. So is Okeechobee, so Sebring, because you're definitely not going to be able to buy a house in Naples or Fort Myers and all that with a limited income. So if you're on a fixed income, Sebring, Okeechobee is one of the better ones. Okeechobee, Sebring, Arcadia, LaBelle are places where you might find a property for a whole lot less and be able to get out of the cold and the snow. Don't blame you there, not one bit. I would do it. But as far as young people who are employed, I don't know what to tell you. I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, the incomes are low here. That's one thing about Florida. I just can't explain it enough to people. Can't explain enough to people how this is not a place where you're going to come and make a crap load of money. This is a place where, for the most part, the incomes for the city are per capita are $11,000 per person. That's low. And then what was the last time we were in was the same. What was the last place we looked at those for? What was the last time we looked up today too that had the same exact income? We just looked at another town today that had 11,000. What was it? Oh, Suncoast Estates in Fort Myers. We were just there today.
Yeah.
And they also have $11,000 per capita. That's $6,000 less per person than when we are in Alabama, in rural Alabama, where you can get a house for like $30,000. You know. So Florida has some distinctive challenges that it needs to address regarding providing its people more income, because people are coming to Florida. You know, it's not just Florida used to be a place for old people to come retire. It's becoming a place where people want to live. You know. Now, becoming a place where people want to live simply means that now you got to give those people jobs, and there are parts of the Florida where that is happening. Namely, comes to mind right away is Lakeland. They're building a lot in Lakeland to provide the people that live there employment. But when I look here, and you have let's see here. There's just layers on layers on top of each other. Corona. I can't even read half of this stuff back to you, but there's a Star of David, that's gang related.
You'll tell me off camera, right?
863, which is the local area code, and for some reason the 3's backwards. This is all gang related stuff, you know.
Yep.
And the police force should probably spend $20 on spray paint and just cover this crap up every time it happens. You know, instead of this stuff was here last time we were here. So you got blood gang right here, something that means against police. the Sea-Cross Stout, which means they're blood. Letty blood. So I know somebody that tags Letty. Interesting. May not be the same person, but anyways. The community's got some challenges to address. There's no doubt that the Arcadia has some things they need to address, but you know what the good thing is? That it's not impossible to overcome these things. So you can do two things. You can go on YouTube and make a comment about how, oh, you're making my town look bad, or you can buy a $50 can of white paint. La Zeta Mexican. The businesses are gangster out here. And the businesses are gang related out here, y'all. This thing's got, it's like there's gang graffiti everywhere. It's not even like here or there. It's like everywhere. Let's go. They're gonna let us in.
They got paint on clearance too.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's two things you can do. You can go on YouTube and you can make fun and you can say, yo, you came to my town to make it look bad, like half of you're gonna do, or you can go buy a $50 pan of paint and take care of that gang graffiti.
And last time I checked, you could buy rollers at the dollars.
You can get paint. You can get paint for free.
No, the paint rollers. Yeah.
So there's a little trailer community here. Let's roll up through here. But you know, the affordability of this place is bound to attract people. It's just once they're here, we got to give them jobs. I definitely recommend you check out El Charro Mexican food. They're really, really good Mexican food. And the real estate out here, let me tell you, this is the city of Arcadia, but the rural areas out here, really nice countryside. I mean, the hunting and the fishing and the nature things to do out here. There's good stuff to do here. You might find a property out in the woods somewhere. You know, a little bit more, find a property a little bit outside of the regular, you know, out in the woods or something. And there's great properties out here. I'm sure if you're way out in the middle of the woods, you can do whatever you want. But the vast majority of people are right here in the city. They need more opportunities. You know, they need more opportunities to do more. Papaya trees. Places like do get better or do get worse. Like sometimes what you don't want is your place, your community to stand still. You're either gonna get better or you're gonna get worse. You know? One or the other. You're either gonna make your community be better or worse. Hopefully you're aiming at making it better. Because you don't realize living in Florida how lucky you are for 2 months of the year. Because man, I've been here in the summer and it is hot as crap. I mean, it's already like half of the country. I'm hot inside the car with the AC on. Like, I don't even know. Like, are you hot? I'm like hot. I got the AC on and it's hot out here. Like for real. And this is like the cool part of the year. This isn't even like the hot part of the year. This is the good stuff of the year. I mean, this is the good stuff. Pero un gran saludo a toda mi gente en Arcadia. Gracias por ver el video. It's hot. Like nobody's even helped playing anything right now. It's hot. You can tell. You can tell it's hot. We're going to drive through the southwest side of town and then we're going to wrap up the video because I do have a few things I need to get accomplished today. So this is one of the rougher neighborhoods in the city back this way, the southwest side of the city. And there's really rough stuff all around the city. Arcadia, as far as residential neighborhoods, doesn't offer too much. It doesn't offer too much like incredible stuff for residential neighborhoods. It's mostly right in the middle of the city, the older historic neighborhoods, and then far out in the rural parts. So ya tú sabes. People in Florida don't realize, like, right now, the rest of the country, like, is see, like, they can burn all that crap. I don't even know how somebody would throw out a couch, man. You look at how much litter there's piled up against the side of the road. You see all that? All that litter piled up against the side of the road. People just bring their garbage there to dump it. Or they don't have a junk removal company to come pick it up because they don't allow it. And even if they did allow it, the people don't have enough income to pay for it. Is there graffiti there? What's it say there? Toe dog? Tay dog.
Give me a minute.
It says Tay dog.
The
dogs. Oh, the dogs, man. The dogs, man. I love that. Graffiti in a residential neighborhood. Talking about graffiti in a residential neighborhood, you notice how they didn't take down the graffiti that I made them?
Yeah.
And they kept it. I'm sure, like, our neighbors are angry as crap.
His shoes.
They left all the... I'm sure they thought it was like a hipster statement or something.
Yes.
Or they probably thought if they took down the graffiti that it was like gang related or something, and like the whole neighborhood would turn on them or something.
Yes.
They're like, should we take down that graffiti? I'm like, just leave that there. We don't want to have a problem with these people. I can't believe they left it there. It was hilarious. And you know, our neighbor that hated us a lot, he didn't like that thing at all. You know, like, so it's 3 o'clock. Do you want to go back to Route 31, or do you want to go back on 75? We gotta make some decisions, probably.
How do you feel about it, love?
It's easier on 75, unfortunately. I would, in all honesty, I would rather go the other way on 31. I like 31 more.
Well, then go.
Because I want to check out Bobcat Ranch.
That's fine. We can do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Even if it's just a quick drive, but you know, it's already 3.
Yeah.
And what time do we have to be back in Fort Myers by?
Simple.
So we gotta start moving back that way. I don't know how far we are from Fort Myers, but we gotta start moving back that way. Get some water and gas and get going. Let's go. Yeah, because if we go on 31, we can check out Bobcat Ranch. Remember? And that's one place I really want to check out. We're 41 minutes away. So that'll give us time to do a video or two on Bobcat Ranch. We gotta get some gas and go. So, I wonder if there's a way I can go through the city. Once we go back to the that's fine. A mí me gusta que baile Marieta. It looks a lot quieter than on other times we've been out here, though. Alright? Like kind of quieter than on other times we've been out here. People saying hi and everything. It's cool out here. People are friendly. I think Arcadia is probably one of the friendliest towns in Florida.
Definitely.
Okeechobee and Arcadia, this region here. Was there a limo?
Yeah.
Now that's suspicious right there. That is suspicious. A limo in the hood. Loading stuff out of the suitcases in the back. That's funny right there. What happened to this little flea market they had here? We need to grab some waters. I was really upset that the Mexican place didn't have pineapple juice today.
Yeah.
I'm accustomed to just getting pineapple juice when I come here. Is it slow? Slow, alright, man. Yeah, that guy's got a good job. He just gotta stand there.
No, he's sitting in a chair.
Even better.
Fresh fruit cups.
Okay, there's another way we can get there. Take this. Hibiscus Street.
Hibiscus Street.
Oh man, it's the police, baby. I got stuff on me. That's what.
No, you don't.
Ever since I met you, I'm not allowed to have anything illegal. like you want me to be free and working and stuff, and instead of being locked up with all my homies.
Oh yeah.
I could have been in prison right
In
now.
1,000 feet, turn
My
right onto Southeast
boys.
Hillsborough Avenue.
Work, boy, work.
Could have been locked up with all my homies, and you got me out here working.
Work, I love work.
Get off me. I wish we had time to go to LaBelle, but I don't think it's possible. How far are we from LaBelle? Is there a road from Arcadia to LaBelle that makes any sense at all?
Oh yeah.
No, there isn't. It would make us late.
Probably.
Turn right onto
It won't
Southeast
work.
Hillsborough Avenue.
No problem.
It wouldn't work. Just wouldn't work. But I'm glad they fixed that house. That makes me happy. I'm sure that they probably saw the video and like the mayor bought the house and was like, okay.
Yeah, we can't have this around here.
Yeah, that house made me $1,400. Yeah.
Continue on Southeast Hillsborough Avenue for 1.5 miles.
That house made me, the photo of that house
Yeah.
made me $1,400. Yeah, buddy. Bro, it feels so wrong not leaving with
With what?
the juice. Every time we come to Arcadia, we leave drinking pineapple juice from the Mexican place, and I didn't have it today. You don't feel like you're empty? Like something's missing in your life?
That had a
Do you feel the urge to make a $100 donation?
Didn't they have a fruit
Yeah.
place over there?
No, it's not gonna be the same. There might be a Mexican place on the way out.
Exactly. Just get
It's
some
Arcadia.
juice.
I don't even want some pineapple juice. You know that, right? We do not leave Arcadia without drinking pineapple juice. That doesn't happen. Is this a new house? Looks like new houses, yeah.
Like when I make you go to Immokalee to get me juice.
You don't make me. I go because I want to. Don't act like you got a lot much power or control over me, okay? So is this like government housing or
Catholic
what?
Catholic charities. Something about.
Catholic Charities housing.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like the church made a community basically.
Head east on
So this is
Southeast
kind of
Cedarwood
like-
Court towards Southeast Arnold Andrews Avenue.
This is nice.
In 800 feet, turn
Well,
left to
basically,
stay on
the Catholic
Southeast
Church-
Cedarwood Court.
Houses.
Houses people. Made a community for people, or sponsored it somehow, or who knows what. This doesn't look bad for poor people. This is great. It's great.
Head
This looks
south on
recent.
Southeast Arnold Andrews Avenue towards Southeast Frank J. Dwayne Way. In 400 feet, turn right
That's
onto
nice.
Southeast Frank J.
It
Dwayne
doesn't
Way.
look bad at all.
Turn right onto Southeast
Pretty massive,
Frank J.
too.
Dwayne Way. Then
Yeah.
turn left onto South Arcadia Avenue.
I just put a stop sign. Maybe I can get pulled over and get a ticket and leave some money behind for the community. That's so wrong.
No.
Head east on Southeast Frank J. Dwayne Way.
I bet you
towards
the
Southeast
bass in that
Buster
lake is
Court.
good. That's a
Then
big
turn left
area.
onto Southeast Buster Court. Turn left onto Southeast Buster Court. Then make a U-turn.
Buster
In
Court?
600 feet, turn left onto South Arcadia Avenue, Southeast Hillsborough Avenue.
Why is it
Turn
called
left onto
Buster
Southeast
Court?
Carosella Court,
Which
then
is
make
the
a U-turn.
front and which is the back? You can't
Make
tell.
a U-turn, then turn right onto Southeast
Oh, I
Frank
see.
J. Dwayne Way.
So the fronts of the houses, they're backwards. Not sure why they did that. It's backwards. You're looking at the back of the houses. The fronts are all facing like a central courtyard. That's interesting. Is it like a community
And that's
thing?
their storage.
That's not litter, guys. That's the garbage cans tipped over. Literally, people here don't litter.
Turn right onto Southeast Frank J.
That's
Dwayne
one thing
Way.
about Alabama. Yeah, one thing that frustrates me about Alabama is how much people litter.
It doesn't look animal. It's just like.
What do you mean? Let me just be quiet. What do you mean animal?
No, it's like a wooded area back there.
See the houses, the
Turn
back,
left
they
onto
have
South
like a
Arcadia
courtyard.
Avenue, Southeast Hillsborough Avenue.
So the fronts of the houses are all facing a courtyard, and the parking lots are on the back. I'm sure I know why they did that too. I know why they did that. There's no nice way of saying it, but I think I know why they did that.
South Arcadia Avenue, Southeast Hillsborough
They did that to keep it from looking trashy. Because if not, people will put old cars on the front yards and old potted plants. And next thing you know, like the fronts of houses are full of crap.
Continue on South Arcadia
There's a lot of it.
Avenue for 3/4 of a mile.
Well, it's good to see
55 and over.
that one there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, there are stuff going on for the community. But the number one thing that needs to happen costs $55, and that's 2 gallons of paint to clean up that gang graffiti. That is some serious. You can't have that crap.
No.
And it emboldens them because if you're thinking about it, you do some gang graffiti, and the community you live in just leaves it there. Well, that's a free pass. GoPro turn off. All right, guys. Well, I like to keep these videos
Turn left.
I like to keep these videos no longer than 45 minutes. As you guys know, we are raw with our content. We just say what's on our mind. I've asked my subscribers how they feel about political correctness, and for the most part, you guys believe that we just need to just speak what's on our mind, and it's just, that's all there is to it, really. You guys have asked us to just speak our minds and let people know what we think.
Street for 1 mile.
Because in all honesty, it's hard to make a video that is, and at the end of my opinion, doesn't do anything good or bad. Like, people are like, you're making our community look bad. I'm not doing anything to your community. I'm just giving my opinion. Your community is the one who needs to either make things better or not me. I'm just driving through here. So I've stopped caring a long time ago about what people say about my videos, because if you let people critique, if every person that criticizes the way you're doing your videos, you pay them mind, then we're never going to be able to say anything. What we have agreed on is that we're not going to be abusive to anybody. We're not going to get into religion and politics. And we're going to be careful about social economic things that we talk about. But at the end of the day, it's just my opinion. Are you going to agree with my opinion? Of course not.
Southeast Airport Road.
Like, not a chance in the world you're going to agree with all my opinions. That's not even possible. But just because you don't agree with me doesn't mean you can't be my friend. You can't watch my videos. I got friends that I don't agree with them on anything they say. And you know what we do? We go fishing together for hours on end.
Turn right onto Southeast Airport Road.
And the only thing we can agree on is that a man needs to be honest and work hard. That's the only 2 things we can agree on. I got a fishing buddy, and the only thing me and him agree on is that a man needs to be honest and needs to work hard, because we disagree on just about every other topic you could think about. You know? But just because we disagree
On Southeast Airport Road for 1.5
doesn't mean we can't be
miles.
friends. And so I don't know why it is today with social media that people think that they can only associate with people that are like-minded to them. And that doesn't make you a more liberal, progressive person. That makes you a complete moron. Because you're not exposing yourself to other ways of thinking. And that's really how you become smarter. That's really how you become a more educated person, is when you have dialogue with all different types of people, and it doesn't break down who you are, it reaffirms your beliefs, because now you're open-minded to seeing how other people think and act, and that reaffirms your personal values, because now you're listening to the other side of the story. But if you're in so much of a denial and so much of a fear of what somebody else thinks about what you believe, then you may have some insecurities about your own personal beliefs. And that's just what I think. And I really appreciate you guys being on here with me. And again, you may not agree with everything that I say. You don't have to. I'm sure if I listened to you ramble on for 45 minutes about Arcadia, you would probably say some things that I wouldn't like or I wouldn't agree with. That's why we have the comment sections. Get in there and break it down. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go exactly to 50 minutes. Katie, you got 45 seconds.
It's like food. If you don't try new things, then you don't learn new things that you like or dislike.
Exactly. I don't like sushi. I don't eat sushi. But does that mean I'm going to go on a crusade against sushi restaurants? No, I just don't go there. You know what I mean? So, good point. Anything else you got? 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds.
It's very beautiful country out here.
I love it. The
Yeah.
countryside out here. When I used to live in Naples, I would come out here just to clear my mind.
Yeah.
I would come out here so often, you guys wouldn't believe.
Oh, look, the pony.
Yeah, I used to come out here just to clear my mind. I mean, to me, this place is Arcadia, La Belle, these places out here were like an escape from Naples for me.